Hello guys, my name is Venti and today I'll be talking about day 2 of DreamHack Las Vegas and I'll be giving you my predictions. Okay, so today the matches are kind of close, well quite close, and well yeah, much closer than yesterday, so I had to delve into it a bit more and the matches are definitely close, but not necessarily better because there's a lot of instances where two teams are playing and they're both equally bad. So it's like uh, you need to delve into it to make a accurate prediction. So for example, Nip looked awful. Tyloo didn't look anything impressive, but like if Tyloo can accept anyone, it's probably Nip. Uh, pretty much the only game I didn't do the veto for is Complexity versus North because that one's a bit obvious, and it just so happens it's the first game. So yeah, obviously I've got to predict North. They didn't look that bad on Inferno. They made a stupid mistake when they pushed up, when they took mid control. I thought that was really beautiful and really nice. I think the new Inferno allows you to do that. As far as I noticed, I think you can do it to like a bit more often and a bit more frequently than on the old Inferno. Um, but the way they played after that was horrendous, man. Optic, gotta give them credit. They seized the opportunity, but it was North who gave them the opportunity, and that was a crucial round in the game. They could have won if they won that round, if they got off to a good start, because their seed side was pretty good. Um, was it that game where was that Fanatic Gambit or Optic North, where on the B side someone planted, they throw a smoke and then he defusing the smoke in the 1v1 and the one of the players couldn't kill the other guy. I remember that was a pretty key round as well. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I think North will win, and it doesn't really matter which map it is on, as long as it's not like a really bad map for North, which basically means North need to fuck up the veto, which won't happen. When I say the veto, it sounds like the actor Danny DeVito. And is that his name? Am I going crazy? Wait, Danny De yeah DeVito. Yeah, it does sound a bit like that because I wasn't sure if that was like his name. Anyways, next match, Misfits Fanatic. Right, let's get up the vetoes for this one. Misfits Fanatic. All right. Um. Right. So how I think the veto will go is Fnatic will ban Inferno after last time and what happened to them. Fnatic are obviously, as I said in the last video, reluctant to play new maps, with Nuke being a prime example with Inferno. They take their time to learn the maps that are coming in, because like after everyone else has played them, after everyone else has established the meta, then they join in and they just exploit the meta. Um, they're not the sort of team like VPR, like North are. Well, I mean, kind of. They've only shown it with Nuke. But VP have consistently played on new maps, developed the meta, and been a leading team in them. Nuke, as an example, uh, obviously Overpass and Cobblestone, they're pretty good on. They were pretty good on when they came out. I don't know about Inferno to be honest, because they were an amazing team on Inferno. Anyways, we'll talk about VP and Inferno a bit more in depth later. But point is that Fnatic will probably want to get rid of Inferno after what happened yesterday. And Misfits kind of a tactical team. You might be inclined to run away from Inferno against them because they are tactical, and Inferno can be um a map where there's a lot of room for new tactics, and you can get surprised and upset potential on new maps like Inferno, like Nuke was before, is much higher. And obviously, the Overdog team here is Fnatic, so they wouldn't want to play that. For Misfits, let me just get up some map statistics. Let me uh bring up my screen, right monitor. There we go. Right, so if we go to Fnatic and Misfits. Right, maps. Maps. Alright, so we need to consider. Actually, let me go back because I need to look at how many maps they've played on LAN and how many maps they've played online. Right, so they only have one map on LAN, so it's probably a smart idea to look at all online maps as well. On LAN, it's like 10, 14 maps. Oh, Fnatic. It's Fnatic, right. They just made a roster change. You can't really know anything about their map pool. Right, okay. Um, so we're only gonna look at Misfits 1. Let's see. Alright, so all the maps, right. The past 3 months. Right, so they're a team. Okay, so they have an Instaban, which is, let's see, which one is it? Nuke. They don't like to play Nuke, and um, but I don't have them insta-banning Nuke because that's a map that Fnatic don't like as well. So I think if Misfits decide, I mean, I think Shanghai is smart enough to realize this, so he'll probably go with the ban on another map and see if Fnatic ban it for them. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Fnatic do it for them, and and that's the smartest move to leave. If you don't want to play new, just ban it as your third map. It doesn't really matter either way. So I think that's what they will do. Um, right. So now they have a wide variety of maps they can ban. So and the smartest thing to do is pick the in a best of one, pick the three maps that you want to ban, since you're banning, and then it's a pick decider, sorry. The smartest thing to do is pick the three maps you want to ban and just look at which of these three maps is your opponent is most likely to ban. So for example, Cash is I would imagine a good map for Fnatic because it's puggy. It's a map where you can show your skill off, where you can just out aim your opponents and win the game that way. And Cash is not a very good map for Misfits, so they wouldn't ban it anyways, and it's not likely that Fnatic will ban it, so just ban it as number one, which is the smartest thing I think they would do. Alright, so then it's Navi's turn to ban, and I think they just go for the nuke ban straight away. Navi are known, their old lineup was known to just like, they are the sort of team that will go like, you know what, I'll just ban the maps I don't like, and then I'll just play on the maps that I'm comfortable on. So they might just get nuke out of the way, get it done and over with. Not Navi, sorry, Fnatic are not very known for for like uh for making the logical decisions. They just want to get it done and over with and just ban it. So I think Fnatic are more likely to do that and get rid of nuke, um, especially so yeah. And then the second ban for Misfits, probably Overpass, because they're not very good on it. Nuke's been banned for them, so out of Train, Mirage, and Cobblestone, Overpass is their worst map. So although Fnatic would ban it if against a team that's decent on Cobblestone, Fnatic would ban Cobblestone. But obviously Misfits don't wanna leave it up to Fnatic whether the map gets banned or not because they're pretty bad on it. So if if they decide to ban Cobblestone, if they decide to ban, maybe they should go for a Cobble ban too. Anyways, it doesn't really matter because Overpass is a bad map for them, so they want to get it done and over with. Anyways, and the third ban for Fnatic would be Train because again, it's a tactical map. It's pretty good for Misfits. It's one of their best maps. Um, so yeah, if and then Misfits will obviously ban Overpass or Cobble third time round because they're not that good on it, leaving the last map to Mirage, which is pretty good for both teams. I would imagine Fnatic used to be good on it, so I think Fnatic will win this. Sorry, game. Don't be deceived by 83.3% win rate because it's mainly against NA teams. Ajax. Okay then. I didn't know they had a team. I guess they do, or it's just a fake team. Uh, so yeah. Um, that's how I think the vetoes will go down to Mirage. But obviously you can be 100% troll because they've the first of all the two teams have very similar map pools. Because well I don't know why they have similar map pools, they just do. So if two teams have similar map pools, it's very much down to how confident they feel on a particular map, how good they think their opponent is on particular maps. And obviously, you can't know this because they've practiced against these opponents. They've, um, played against them in scrims, etc. They know their map pool better than I do. So you can't be very sure with those, with how the teams are gonna go when it's so like finicky. Because like if both, all right, so say I'm the Misfits manager, the guy who's doing the veto, and I'm really good on Mirage as it is. Um, but I've played against Fnatic and they wrecked me on Mirage because they're so much better on it in scrims. Now as me, Venti, hello, doing the video on YouTube with 2 viewers, I wouldn't know like how good their Mirage is compared to Fnatic. But Misfits do know. So like if they go stumped by Fnatic, obviously they won't go for Mirage. Though logically, looking at the rest of the maps, I I I would assume they would go for Mirage. So you can't know with this, with this sort of stuff. If the map pools are very different, then it's kind of easy because a good map for you, bad map for your opponent, obviously you're gonna want to go for it. Very rarely are you wanna gonna ban it. Are you gonna wanna ban it? uh, almost never. Right. So also, as I said in the last video, Fnatic are a new team, and I think I think they'll bounce their opponents, but you can't know for sure. So very iffy, I'm not very confident with my with the veto. Right, so let's look at the next match. We have Misfits and Fnatic. Okay, so if I get the veto up for this one. Right, okay, so what? Oh, right. I thought, I mean the third match. We're on Tyler Nip now. Okay, so if you look at the vetoes, um, oh, I forgot to make them green. The cobble, like the decider, they were green last time, but not this time. I know this is the weirdest things. Right. Okay. So, um, Misfits Fanatic. Oh my fucking god. Okay, Tyler Nip. Okay, let's go. Um, Let me just get up Tyloo and nip him. Tyloo. Should I have these things put? Actually, I'm only wasting like 10 seconds going to each team. Right. Okay, they've got a lot of games, a lot of them on LAN, as far as I remember. So let's look at their map pool on LAN. Nip, how many maps do they have on LAN? Yeah, 20s, that's plenty to give us an accurate. Okay, cool. So Tyloo mainly play LANs in China though, so again their percentages might be a bit high. Right, so they have so Nip have an Instaban which is Mirage, we all know, and Tyloo don't. They don't have an Instaban. They've played in every single map, but it seems to be new because they've played it once and lost. Right. Okay. So the first ban will probably be Nuke because it's a pretty decent map for Nip. It's as you can see here. So alright, so this is where it says it's Nip, in case you're wondering. I'll just scroll it so that you can see Nip and you can see all the maps. But for Tyloo's just the other one. Like, you need to be able to see all the other maps. Like, I can't fit Tyloo and the maps. So you just need to remember this is Tyloo with the lot of maps. Actually, can you see? Oh, you can't see Nip on the screen, can you? Oh yeah, you oh yeah, you can. Okay. All right. So yeah, Nuke is pretty good for Nip. They've played it twice, won twice. Teams ban it a lot against them. That's why they haven't played it so much. Not a very popular map either. So it's not just against them that teams ban it. So and then Nuke, not very good for Tele. I think they want to get it done and over with. Just get it out of there. Again, going by my logic, weak map for one team, strong map for the other one. Uh, you wanna gonna ban it because you're gonna wanna ban it. Fucking hell. Because the other team is very unlikely to do it for you, to veto it for you. Right, then Nip insta-bans Mirage as they do. Mirage, pretty good map for Tyloo, pretty decent map for Tyloo, I should say. Second ban from Tyloo, probably Cash, 1 and 4. Nip, obviously the 16-2 by Vegas Squadron, but still, I think Nip is better than Tyloo on Cash, and they're not very good on Cash either. So, I think they want to get it banned. Nip gonna want to ban Overpass to right this time. Um, Not a very good map for them. A decent map for Tyloo, I think. Yeah, it's like 50% win rate. Uh, and then the final ban from Tyloo will probably be. Actually, I don't know about Inferno now that I think of it. Now that I reconsider. Uh, Perhaps they want to test Nip on an Inferno on an upset map. Actually, what's the other map? So it's between Cobble and Inferno. So all right, Cobblestone's pretty decent for them, but it's pretty decent for Nip as well. Huh? Yeah, maybe it's either Inferno or Cobble in my opinion. More likely Inferno now that I think of it, because I did the vetoes and I wrote them down about an hour or two ago. So now I'm looking at it again. I'm reconsidering. Uh, so yeah, I think Inferno might very well be played. Very likely. Actually, I think more likely than Kobo. And if it is Inferno, I think the upset potential from Tyloo is higher. Also on the last match, Misfits Fanatic, I think Fanatic win. On this match, um, Tyloo Nip, I think Tyloo Nip is like 40-60 on Inferno. It's like 70-30 on Cobble. Right, okay. So and obviously nipple ban train because train actually have they even oh yeah, they have played train, so they went 1 and 2, and nip is not very good on train, so they want to get rid of it. Yeah, they got 16-2 by Astralis. Sorry about that. Right, okay. Right, next match is, let's see, what's the next match? Renegades versus Navi. Right, here we go. Right, let's find Renegades and Navi. Renegade. Oh, well, yeah. Forgot to didn't write the R. So I got a bit confused. Natus Vincere. Right, so how many maps do they have on land? Not very many. I'll just go with online ones as well. Uh, because the point is not to see how good they are against the top opposition. My mentality is look at how good they are on their maps compared to their other maps. And that means that you've got to look at them playing against similar opponents because for Navi, for example, or like give you a better example, Astralis, if they're dominate. Actually, they're dominating everywhere. If Navi, for example, they're dominating on online against weaker opponents, but they're a bit iffy against better opponents. You don't want to look at everything because then you're you're getting Mirage, which is a bad map for them. Let's say I don't know if it is. Let's say they've went 1 and 2 against top opposition, but then they've played it 3 times against some random scrubs on online. That'll say it's 4 and 2 for them, which means that they've got what can't do math 66% win rate. So um that would be a bit deceiving. So you want to get the right balance. So for Renegades, a team that's not very good, um I'm gonna get their online matches as well, because you know, first of all, you got a large sample size. Second of all, you get like even opponents. Um, so yeah, right. So let's look at this is Renegades here, and the other team is Navi, as you can see. Um, Actually, I just realized you might not be able to see my screen too well. Let's full screen it to just check quickly how. Okay. Uh, Oh, you can't really see that well, can you? Let me zoom in a bit. Right, so this is Renegades. This is Navi. Right, okay, I'll tell you when I switch. So this is Renegades right now that you're looking at. This is Renegades. Um, so Renegades, the first map for them will probably be Overpass, is their Instaban. Uh, Pretty decent map for Navi, as you can see here. I just switched. For Navi, they've got 75% win rate, so that's pretty decent for them. Then ban one from Navi will probably be their Insta ban, which is Cash. Uh, let's see how it is for Renegades. Decent 67% win rate. Uh, One of their two positive maps. Wow. Then ban two for Renegades will probably, this is Renegades by the way. Will be Mirage. Not a very good map for them. For Navi, it's one of their top maps as far as I can remember. Yeah. Again, this is Navi, 75% win rate, just like an Overpass 3 in 1. For Navi, ban 2 will probably be Inferno. They don't want to risk it against Renegades. They just want to get rid of it. Again, upset map. They're the other teams. Um, then ban 3 for Renegades. So they've got the chance right now between Cobblestone, Nuke because Navi wouldn't have banned it yet, and Train, assuming they ban first. So Nuke, Cobble, Train. Um, let's look at these maps. So here's Nuke, here's Cobble, and here's Train. The bottom three maps. All right. So, well, I mean like vertically, not like percentages. So Nuke is pretty bad for Renegades. But so is Cobble, and Nuke is not good for Navi, but Cobble is. So if you're both bad on a map, it kind of evens out more than if you're bad but the other team is good. So they want to gonna go for the cobblestone ban, although there was on Nuke, just because Navi is good on cobblestone and bad on Nuke, despite the fact that they lost against Mouse. If they if Renegades goes against Navi on cobblestone, Navi is just gonna do to them what Nico did to Navi because they've got so much more firepower. If they look at Mouse and they think, oh, we can do that, they Mouse have got Oscar and Nico. These are two amazing players, and they played amazingly yesterday. And some of their other players were stepping up as well. But nonetheless, Nico was like, to put it how Zeus put it, he was like, what, spinning his dick or something like. Anyways, so yeah, that's why they'll go for cobblestone in my opinion. Camera's a bit too far. Okay, that's a bit better. Um, and then Navi will probably go for the nuke ban because they don't want to play on a bad map for them. So I'm probably gonna go on Train, which is a pretty good map for them. This is Navi right now. Train 1-1. They've lost to Astralis, pretty much the best team on Train. Um, and Renegades have one win on Train and none losses against NRG, but who the fuck cares about NRG? Right. So so I think we end up on Train. Train, I think Navi wins it. Right, so about a 65-45 for Navi. Right, so next match is let's see. Matches. Oh, okay, a good one. Astralis Optic. Finally. Give me something that's not. Okay, so Astralis Optic. Let's see. On LAN, yeah, and they've played plenty of maps on LAN, and so have Optic. For the top teams, you pretty much only look at LAN because online they'll wreck everyone, considering they play like worse teams, which often happens. Right, okay, so I can't fit all the maps here, so I need to zoom out a bit. Right, so alright, that's who you need to see. And for them, yeah, they've also got 7 maps, so that's who you need to see again. Alright, so this is right, this is Optic. So this is Astralis, this is Optic. Astralis, Optic. In case you want to remember it. Right, okay. So this is Astralis. And let's get the vetoes up as well. So, Ban 1 for Astralis Cobblestone, good map for Optic, they're insta-ban. Astralis is insta-ban. Obviously they're gonna go for it. Optic bans Mirage, they're insta-ban, pretty good map for Astralis. Then ban 2 for Astralis is Inferno. They don't want to give Optic a chance. Optic looked pretty good on Inferno. Despite North making some mistakes, Optic was pretty good on it. So they're gonna want to get rid of that because it's an upset map again, and Australia's got to be the underdog in this match. Now, Optic bans Train. Astralis is pretty much the best team in the world on Train, and Train is a middling. Oh no, it's not. Oh, I'm looking at Astralis. Let's see Optic. Yeah, Train is like a middling map for them. So they're gonna want to get rid of it. And then Astralis last ban is Cash. Optic can be dangerous on Cash, so they want to get rid of it. Although Astralis are pretty good in it as well. And now it's between Overpass and Nuke for Cobblestone. Yeah. It's between Overpass and Nuke for Optic, and I think Optic are gonna want to go with Nuke because well, let's look at Astralis on Overpass. 6-1. Yeah, not looking very good. On Nuke, Astralis is 2-2. So yeah, I think they're gonna want to go for Nuke here, and I'm pretty confident. But Astralis could ban Nuke again because it's a pretty bad map for them, and they could prefer to go to Cash instead. But I don't think they will because Optic are more dangerous on Nuke. Um, so yeah, then I think Astralis would win on either one of those maps. Um, I'd favor them 65. I favor them 60-40 on. No, 65-35 on Nuke and 60-40 on Cash. Okay, right. Next match is VP Gambit. So let's get VP Gambit up. Let's see, where's Virtus Pro? And Gambit is a bit further down, I'd imagine. Here? They're not on here. Oh, they're at the top. Just missed them. Right, so we're gonna want to look at VP on LAN. They've got so many maps on LAN. And yeah, we're gonna want to look at them on LAN as well. Let's just talk about Gambit's map pool right now. Actually, let me just get it in the right position. Right, Cache. Okay, you can see everything. Right, let's look at Gambit's map pool, yeah? 0, 0, 0, 100, 100, 100, 100. Well, Dust 2's out now. So, Inferno is a bit more of a middling map. They've only got one match on it. So, I'd put Inferno as instead of Dust as 50%. They are the perfect example of a team that consistently, of the average team in best of threes. They have three strong maps. These three here at the bottom that makes like an opposite L shape like this. Like so, these three here. These are 100%. So these are their three good maps, and then these are their three bad maps, and they've got the middling map. Let's just consider Dust 2, because it says 50% rather than 100 here in Inferno, which would be inconsistent for them. Before we've known anything. So, all right, so let's look at these ones, yeah. Uh, if we consider a veto against a normal team, their three bans would probably be on Gambit's best maps. And then the three maps from Gambit would be on these three maps, and then they end up on the 50% map in best of ones. In best of threes, they get 100%, 10%. So on average, all their matches go to three maps, and they win lose 50% of them. That's like the average. That's like the most average map ever. I just thought it was so cool. Um, how these things turned out. Anyways, let's look into the match. So VP ban one. Oh yeah, you can see all this text here in the ban window thingy. I'll go into that. So ban one for VP overpass. Gambit's pretty good on it. Pretty middling map for VP, 50%. literally the definition of middle. Gambit, they'll probably ban Mirage because it's not a very good map for them, as you can see. And for VP, they've got 80% on it, and it's one of their historically best maps. Then ban 2 from VP will probably be Inferno, just to get all the gimmicky potential out. Just because they don't want to play an underdog on a upset map. Um, and then I think Gambit bans Train because it's pretty good map for VP, and they're one of the best on Train despite the fact that Gambit have an impressive record. Oh no, they don't. It's one of their bad maps. I thought it was one of the good maps. Okay, so yeah, obviously they want to get rid of Train. And now here, it depends on who's going to ban first. If Gambit bans first, I think they just want to get rid of Cash because it's a mutually bad map and they don't want to leave it up to VP to pick it. If VP bans first, I think they ban Cash because it's a mutually bad map for both teams. And they want to just get rid of it. I think overall, it's more likely that VP will ban it. Not because it's more likely they'll go first, but I think it's just more likely that Gambit doesn't ban it even if they go first. If VP are going first and Gambit hasn't banned Cash so far, VP bans it in nearly 100% of those times because a bad map for both teams is again a map that you can get upset on. And you don't want to give the underdogs the potential to do it to you. So I think they ban Cash. I think it's more likely that VP bans Cash. So let's consider the scenario where VP bans Cash. So they ban Cash, and then it's decided between Nuke and Cobble for Gambit. And Gambit will probably ban Nuke because it's a, wait, did I get these two the other way the wrong way around? Alright, let's look. We're considering Nuke and Cobblestone. So Nuke and Cobblestone, these two maps here. Okay, obviously they've got 100% win rate. Gambit are 9 and 0 on Cobblestone. Uh, oh, is that VP? No, that's. Oh, that's VP. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember because. Okay, look at the. Okay, another interesting thing, right? So they've got 249 rounds totally played. The biggest win is 16-7. 249 divided by 9 gives you about. Let's do it. 249 divided by 9 gives you 27.6. So 28 maps. 20. That one average game by VP on Cobblestone goes to 28 maps. Basically, they have 28 maps. That's like nearly the whole game. That's that's how close VP's matches are. But going away from that, very impressive record for VP on Cobblestone. Gambit, pretty good team on Cobble as well. But they don't want to play VP because they're just so down good on Cobblestone. So they want to play them on Nuke, which is a bit more which is a bit worse VP than Cobble is. So I think that Gambit decides to go for Nuke, but it could be either Nuke or Cobble. There's so many variables that go into it, like how the team feels on the day, how the team's done on this map against other teams in scrims, how the team is done against their opponent on this map in the scrim. Um, who goes first, who goes second, whether one of them decides to bluff. It's like you can't predict it. There's so many freaking variables that go into this. It's either one of the two, in my opinion. Pretty sure it's gonna be Nuke or Cobblestone. And if on either map I favor VP. Right, okay. I can't give you exact percentages. I think it's like overall the match will be like a 60-40 for VP, like a 55-45, really close match. Really looking forward to that one. Also, Astralis Optic will be really good. Um, right, next match is SK Cloud9. Okay, that's a bit more definitive one. Uh, SK Cloud9. Right, let's get rid of the matches. Right, let's get these teams up. SK Cloud9. Oh, sorry about that. Right, LAN. I think Cloud9 have a lot of maps on LAN. Yeah, they do. Okay, okay. Right, so this is SK and this is Cloud9. Right, okay. Cloud9 have an instant veto. That makes it kind of easy. That makes it a bit easier. So let's see. Cash, Mirage, Dust 2, Train, Cobo, Cash. No. What? Nuke. Okay, the Instaban Nuke. Um, they've played all 7 maps. SK have. So they don't have an Instaban per se. Uh, I think Cloud9 goes for the Instaban on Nuke because it's a bad map for them, despite it being a bad map for SK as well. I think Cloud9 is again one of those teams like Fnatic that just gets rid of the maps that they don't like instantly. They don't. I think they'll just go for like the insta ban on the maps they don't like for the perma ban. Right. So ban one from SK on the other side is Cash. Pretty good map for Cloud9. It might middling map. All their maps are middling. Literally all their maps are middling. Like they're between 40 and 60%, except for those two which is not being played. So let's look at okay, so alright, I said at the bottom, very unpredictable veto because both teams have a very even map pool, which basically means 50, 40, 50, 50, 60. You can't really decide which map is good for them. It's up to like how they did in scrims. And here they've got 50, 50, 40, 50. Like, okay, Train, Dust 2. Okay, Dust 2 is not even in there. So Train and Nuke, pretty definitive. Cash, Mirage, Cobblestone, Overpass though, and Inferno add to that. Very unpredictable. They haven't played Inferno. The rest of the maps are between like 40 and 50% win rate. So, uh, very unpredictable veto. But how I think it'll go is SK ban Cash because it's a map where Cloud9 can show off their skill. Ban 2 for Cloud9 is Train because SK are so good on Train, as you can see. Um, ban 2 for SK is Overpass. Um, because Cloud9 have shown that they're good on Overpass even against top teams. It's their only positive map on LAN in the past 3 months. All of these stats are in the past 3 months. Uh, then so ban 3 for Cloud9, probably Inferno, because again they don't like to play new maps, similarly to Fnatic, and SK ban Cobble, uh, because they've got a negative win rate on it, and it's also very aim heavy. So then that leaves us with Mirage, a map where SK can get a bit more tactical and use tactics to their advantage. Fact, really good in-game leader by is Fallen. So yeah, I think he'll go to Mirage. But again, I'm not sure. This is a toss-up based on how the teams feel, based on practice, and based on who goes first to some extent, I guess, because that nuke ban, if Cloud9 decides to leave it until later, that'll go into bluffs, and it depends on whether a team wants to bluff and whether they go first or second. Because if a team goes second, they don't need to bluff at all. Like they just need to. They can go for like if Cloud9 goes second, they can just leave nuke till the end and see if SK ban it. And on the third rotation, I think SK will probably ban it. And even if they don't, then Cloud9 just bans it. If SK ban it for them, then Cloud9 have an extra veto. So win-win. Or like break even win, if you get what I mean. Anyways, so I favor SK over Cloud9. More skillful, more better tactics, better everything. Right, and Cloud9 was shit yesterday. So next match is And final match is FaZe Mousesports. Right, what an interesting match this is. Actually, it's kind of interesting to be honest, because it depends if FaZe shows up. Anyway, so FaZe. Where's Mousesports? I think they're around here, yeah. Right, okay. So let's look at FaZe on LAN. They've got quite a few maps on LAN. But Mousesports, 45 on LAN, on all, sorry, 16 on LAN. So let's look at their overall map. Yeah, their overall online and online, on LAN and online. How they've done online and online, and consider maps. Right. Um. Right. So FaZe have an insta ban which is cobblestone, like just like Astralis do, and effectively, Mousesports have an insta ban as well, which is overpass because they're so bad on it. Though they have played it. So, as I've said here, yeah, probably. Oh, okay. Mouse don't ban overpass straight away. Let's see. Is it bad for FaZe as well? It's not all of their best maps. Okay, fair enough. So, I think Mouse go for ban. Let's start with FaZe from the left. So they go for their insta ban Cobble, pretty decent for Mouse. They did. Nico was wrecking everyone on it yesterday. Uh, so yeah, they want to get rid of it. Uh, let's see, where's Cobblestone? Yeah, 4 and 4, 50%. So yeah, I don't want to risk playing it. Really dominant performance from them on the Cobblestone yesterday. Actually, they lost 16-3 to Navi. Was that in the major? Yeah, I think that was in the major. They beat Navi beat Mousesports in the groups in the major 16-3 and now they lost. Okay. Uh so yeah, FaZe go for the Cobble ban. Um Mouse go for Nuke because not a very good map for them, very good map for FaZe. One of their best maps is Nuke. Where's Nuke? Oh, here it is. Yeah, 71.4. Ban 2 from FaZe, probably Cash because they don't want to let Nico fucking carry Mousesports and like they don't want to go on a name map, on a puggy map like Cash. That's ban 2. Ban 2 from Mousesports is probably Overpass because Overpass is not very good for them, as I said earlier. Wouldn't be surprised if they banned it first as well. Ban 3 is for FaZe is Inferno, just to get rid of that upset potential in my opinion. Uh, because actually they might leave Inferno if they practiced it, but then again I couldn't know. Actually, let's look at what they did yesterday. So, uh, yesterday when FaZe played against Renegades, let's see what they banned. Did they ban Inferno? Yes, they removed Inferno. So, uh, they aren't particularly willing to play it. So I think they'll remove it again, and then Mouse remove it has a choice between Mirage and Train. Let's look at mouse boards. Um, Mirage and Train, much better on Mirage. They are so. Uh, I think they'll go for Mirage, despite the fact that FaZe is really good on Mirage as well. Um, Ending up on Mirage. Not impossible to end up on Train, but I doubt it. I think we'll end up on Mirage. And if we do, I favor FaZe because FaZe are really good on Mirage. Right. So that's that, guys. That's day two. Uh, Complexity Astralis has already started, but I mean Complexity North has already started, but easy for North. Who cares? So yeah. See you guys next time. And bye bye.